What? Are we live?
Sweet. Hey,
yeah. Everybody. Welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. I'm Rick.
And I'm Gretchen.
And today we are going to continue painting Mice and Mystics by Plaid Hat Games.
These are so cute.
They are so cute.
They're so cute. I love them.
In the chat, I saw there was a reference to something I thought was very funny and cute by Byron. Wet your brushes and thin your paints. Why?
Is that what Bilbo Baggins hates?
That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. That's yeah. What's up, Stan down in Lauren? How are y'all doing? Lauren's down in South Carolina.
Ooh.
Nice. And we got Drew from 1 Inch Heroes. Chris is with us. Hello. And everybody's like, hello, hello. Byron's like, hello,
Everyone's
Rick.
excited.
Hello, Gretchen.
These are so cute. I was telling Rick earlier, it feels like I am a Disney princess, but with warrior mice instead. Like, just let me sing and all my little warrior mice, like, just come to me instead of birds.
Yes, that would be perfect.
They're so cute.
They do their little, like, what do you need, my princess?
They're like Despero. Like, did you see that? You have
course.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but I didn't
cute.
need to have kids to watch Despero. It was a good movie.
It's adorable.
But yes, I have kids, and yes, we watch Despero.
They also remind me of Secret of Nim, which was a amazing, I think it was a Don Bluth. Was it? No, it wasn't Don Bluth. No. I'm thinking of something.
I don't know those.
It was a not Disney film.
Yeah, it was definitely not Disney.
Oh man, I wish I could remember.
I don't know. These questions you're asking are not within my realm of knowledge, which isn't.
It might have been Don Bluth.
That hard to believe because I don't know a lot of stuff. James is with us. Hey, James. Drew says that. Thank you. All your dungeons belong to us. Yes. This is by Armor Class 10. For anybody that's interested, go to armorclass10.com and check out their cool shirts. All right. I'm going to use this really like verde jade green.
Is it more green because you say it in Spanish?
It's also written in Spanish. So, yes. It makes it more green.
I'll keep that in mind.
I don't know which brush.
Just close your eyes and pick one.
Someone should freaking
Let
clean
fate
this
decide.
This isn't brave.
Is this not brave or are you not brave?
Change your feet. So, before we went live, Gretchen and I were talking about our astrological signs.
Our horoscopes.
Our horoscopes, because they're frightening. So we wanted to see if anybody out there could guess what our signs are.
Yeah, what's our signs?
What's our signs?
And why?
And why do you think that's what we are? Based on our...
I want to know why. This is like an English class. Give me... No.
So yeah, they're like, we didn't log in for homework. Who are these two to give us homework? And then it's kind of hard for us to guess your all signs because I have to actually see somebody.
You have to see. What are you? Like a...
I'm an idiot savant. Minus the savant.
When I was a waitress, we had a lot of military patrons, and I would guess their branch of the military, and I was right 80% of the time.
Nice.
Well, it's pretty easy when you start seeing someone eat crayons. You just
Marines.
like instantly, you just know.
You know. That's a fact.
Mouthful of crayon. How do you guess?
Right? I know my jarhead friends, my brethren. There was a crazy man at Adepticon handing out candy bars at the Armor Class 10 booth. Would that guy have been Mel Bowes handing out whatchamacallit? 'Cause that sounds like a Mel Bowes thing going down right there.
I'm okay with anyone, like, giving me candy bars at a convention. Sounds delightful.
It does sound delightful. And, you know, if Mel Bowes is going to be the one handing them out, take one every time, everybody. All right. So Dave is still gone, for those of you that might be wondering. What started you in, where are we at? So, oh, don't forget to, oh, we got new messages over on this side too. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. This is being wackadoodle. Hi, Mike. Mike says, it's on, everybody. Turn off your cell phones. Nim was Don Bluth. Yeah, everybody's saying that. Nim was
Yes, right. I'm so glad that I kept that information in my
James,
noggin.
He goes, there's a girl on your channel? Yeah. Every Thursday.
Did that change?
Every Thursday.
Was I a boy previously?
Well, you are sitting in Dave's spot.
Oh, I am sitting in Dave's spot. Oh.
Yeah, we don't want Dave getting
I
all
do have boyish good looks. I might have just confused people every Thursday. That's
I don't think that's the case. I mean, boyish good looks. I can't. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to even respond to that information. So, anyways.
Moving on. What's our signs?
Yeah, what's our signs, everybody?
Guess them.
And who's excited for Game of Thrones this weekend? That's right, I did the air horn, everybody.
We forgive you.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Josh, the crayons.
The crayon thing is a thing.
I need to get my paints out and paint along. Yes, Max, you need to paint along. Yeah, you aren't Australian, though, so it totally ruins the whole theme.
Yeah, I'm not Australian. I mean, I'm Cajun. That has its own charms. I can make really tasty food.
Hashtag charisma negatives.
Well,
I'm kidding. I like my Cajun friends.
I'll never make
you.
food for you
And
again.
Malk is with us. Malk from Games Workshop says, hey, Rick, I've had the pleasure of Dave's company today. Good times. I am betting you guys had some really interesting discussions as well, because I had to talk to Emily about some painting opportunities with you guys. So I look forward to seeing what comes of that. You know, painting Games Workshop stuff doesn't sound bad at all, does it?
No.
Mm-mm. And I heard they're pretty good people over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that.
You heard that?
Mhm.
Little birdie told you?
Yeah, well, there's no birds in this set, but I'm sure maybe in an expansion there might be some birds. And it would
That would be really cool.
all of the things.
That would be really neat.
That's okay, James. No worries. James says, I haven't tuned in before. Apologies. No, that's all good, James. What got you into this hobby? Of painting or just gaming in general? How about you?
About me? Well, for painting, I have been painting anything and everything since I was really little. So painting minis just kind of fell into that. Didn't really, just been painting for forever, since before I can remember. And then with games, I don't know, it just happened. I've always been a nerdy person, and those people always flock together, I guess. So it just, in high school, we started playing some games, some RPGs, some D&Ds.
All right.
That's kind of just how the cookie crumbled there. I didn't grow up with video games, so that probably also influenced. We didn't have a system till I was 14, okay? So it wasn't like my choice.
Wow.
And in high school, when we finally had like a gaming system, I felt like I was behind the curb. I was like, I'm trying, guys. I'm catching up.
You were. You were way behind.
But in high school and college, we started up game nights, and we would have board game nights with a group of friends all the time.
I can dig that. And I got into this game, or into gaming in general, with the old classics back when.
How old?
I see where you're going, and I see what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work. So back in the 70s, my family, we'd all go to my grandparents' house on Sundays for dinner, and this is really going to make me sound like some old crust, because we'd go and all of us kids afterwards would play a board game.
Yeah.
Be it Stratego or Life or Chutes and Ladders.
Oh my gosh, Life was so much fun.
Or Monopoly or whatever.
Monopoly wasn't as fun.
Right. All the kids would get around the table and play some games, some sort of games. And then the adults would watch Lawrence Welk and Hee Haw. Uh-huh. And, yeah, so that's what kind of got me into gaming. And then in the early 80s, my cousin Troy and his friends were playing Dungeons & Dragons. This would have been 82. And they're 3 years older than me, and they're playing D&D, and they're like, they needed another person to play, and they said, Rick, because they would just pick on me and beat me up all the time.
As you do.
Yeah, as cousins and their friends do.
That's what cousins are for, right? Yeah.
But they're like, Rick, we need another player. Would you like to play? And I was like, okay. And it wasn't much longer after that, I was their dungeon master. And because they all just wanted to play. They didn't want to do the homework.
Oh, yeah.
And so that got me into D&D, and that's been a part of my life forever. But I didn't paint my first miniature until like 1988.
Wow.
Yeah, because we didn't have like hobby stores and stuff near me. It's weird, we'd get our D&D books at this like drugstore in town. You could get them there. And so I'd get my D&D books there. And yeah, but then when I found my first hobby store, because when I turned like 14, I was put in the foster care system, and it allowed me to move into like a city.
Where there's actually like things?
Stores and things and buildings.
Amazing.
Not caves and motorhomes. And started going to some hobby stores and discovering, whoa, they have these little figurines that represent the characters that we're playing. So I started painting miniatures then. But when I was in the Navy, I didn't do a lot of miniature painting because I was always moving around, but I did still play D&D and stuff.
I feel like D&D is a perfect, like, when you're on a ship.
Oh, it was
like,
great.
Time killer
great.
there.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, but it's pretty much since then, 82 is like where it really like kicked off for me. Yeah, D&D, the gateway drug. Byron had said, "You're so handsome."
I am very handsome.
He also said,
Thank
Did you hear that they're going to kill off the little guy on Game of Thrones? Littlefinger, he died last season. So, Josh says he's painting some dwarven bear cavalry from Alpartha's Chaos Wars.
Well, that sounds fun.
That's super cool. One inch heroes, a bunch of orcs, followed by more Star Wars Legion stuff for commission. That's what he's working on. James Smith said, Gretchen, do you know Gambit, like, personally?
I have a love-hate relationship with Gambit the character. I really want to love Gambit, and sometimes I really do like his character because there's not many Cajun or, like, Louisianan, I feel like, characters in media.
Okay.
But he's also...
Kind of a jerk.
And not the best representation I would choose for my people. But it's a very love-hate. I feel like he would be he would be that person during Mardi Gras that you would end up drinking with. Not because you wanted to.
That's just how the cards were dealt.
and then you would end up in trouble, and it would be all his fault.
That makes sense. Max Linger says, one of my D&D players bought a mysterious deck of cards from a weird merchant. There are many things in this deck of cards. I hope they don't totally ruin the campaign.
That sounds so fun.
They're gonna ruin the campaign. That ruins campaigns.
You want to know my favorite thing that I ever got from a DM during D&D? It was a orc Harlequin romance novel. And they threw it in there. They tossed it in there as it was like a completely random thing to find. I was playing at this pixie, and I was a thief, and I was digging in the pockets and looting. And the DM was like, "Okay, hurry it up. We got things to do. Roll for what you find." And I rolled, and the first time I reached into a pocket, I found nothing but the sensation of flesh on my fingers.
Gross.
So I was like, re-roll, other pocket. And the second time I rolled in the little random sheet of things you could find a book. And they didn't want it to be anything that would hinder the plot or anything. So they're like, oh, it's an orcish Harlequin romance novel. It's written in orc. You can't read it anyway.
So what does Gretchen do?
I kept it, and it turns out that later, completely unrelated, my DM had already decided that I was going to get a pair of glasses that allowed me to read any language. They had forgotten about this and this whole setup. And so at the end of that particular session, I get the glasses, and what's the first thing my character does?
Reads the book.
I pull out my book, and I'm like, oh, next time we run into some orcs, guess who can translate via Harlequin romance novel?
That's ridiculous. But what's funny is, if anybody's watching on the CW, Legends of Tomorrow, Rory, who is the guy from like Prison Break, the rough and grumble, like, I want, he has a flamethrower gun. His character wrote like a Harlequin, like a fantasy sci-fi romance book, and it's become like this thing that travels around within the CW. Like they gave a copy of it to Barry, who had to be locked up in one of the like cages because he couldn't control his speed force, so he could phase through stuff, and he would have fallen into like the center of the earth or whatever. So he read it while I was in there, and it was like, this is really good. And then, like everybody's like, this book is amazing. That's how I feel about that romance novel. That's how
we didn't have a session where I could put it to use, probably purposefully. But I was so excited. I was like, we're going to come across some orcs, and the first thing I'm going to do is like pop open that book.
Start flirting with them.
And start just reading passages. It's going to be great.
And they're going to be like, they'll immediately recognize who the writer was. And
that's the kind of Dungeons and Dragons player I am.
Josh called me an old crust.
Aww.
He also said the AC is finally fixed at my place, so I feel like I'm no longer in anxious limbo for summer. Yeah.
Sometimes the crust is the best part.
I know that it will be the end of it all, but I had to include it. Max said about the deck. Do you do what you can. Never worry about the pile or budget of the other guy. That's right. Hello, what are we doing today? Hey, Kelly, we are painting Mice and Mystics from Plaid Hat Games, and we have Gretchen with us today.
Woohoo!
And I am painting the cleric, the female cleric-looking mouse, and the spider, and I'm going to go back and do some touch-ups on some of the miniatures I was painting the other day on the Tuesday. And Gretchen is working on the archer.
Yep, got the archer.
And the wizard.
And the wizard.
Or a wizard.
A wizard.
Or no, the rogue.
No, yeah, he's a rogue.
More of a rogue, because this was the wizard, the one that Jeff did
on
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he killed it.
Painting her like the same color scheme as a pet rat that I once had. And I'm naming her the same.
Petunia, right?
Petunia.
Yeah.
I like to name my minis. They have to have names. It just makes everything more fun.
Clive says, sorry to be late to the show. A wizard is never late, Clive. A wizard arrives exactly when he means to. So you're
You're a
good.
wizard now.
Dave says he's at work and can't watch the video, so we'll come back later and chat. What's up, brother? Thanks for stopping by. Kelly wants to see some of Walter's work. Everybody should see Walter's work. No, the orcs are on commission as well. Yes. All the good miniatures are being painted. Everybody's doing all the awesome works. Do we have photos today?
We do.
Okay.
Woo!
So in like 10 minutes we'll look at some
Of those awesome works.
yeah, that people have been putting in the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group. So if you're new here and you haven't been watching or participating in the group, please go over and check it out. It's a lot of fun. Yes. All right.
Get all this fur detail going on. I want her to have a little bit of a softer vibe to that albino mouse. That
The one I did?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got to get some like highlights done and stuff too.
like I like how there's multiple little white mice, but they all have a different kind of distinct personality going on.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's super fun and interesting to see how you can vary those personalities with the color schemes like that and still have a very similar color scheme and then such a different tone.
Yes, James is also a wizard. I haven't seen the Cats and Catacombs Kickstarter yet. Has it launched? I know it's supposed to soon. Byron asks, what music do you listen to when you paint?
Ooh.
And we can't listen to any music while we paint here, obviously. But when I'm at home, on Pandora Radio, I know you guys are like, Pandora, Jesus. But on Pandora, they have a channel called Dungeon Master Radio.
That's
And I listen to that.
I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks.
I mean,
It's the same as when I work out or I go jogging or anything like that. If I have anything with words when I'm trying to do a task, I'll end up singing along.
right. That can be distracting.
Yes. So if I have something that I want to do where I don't want to be distracted, but I want background noise, then I'll put on movie soundtracks like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack or
Nice.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That one's super fun. Different things like that.
Cool.
Transformers soundtrack is great to jog to. It's
I
super
bet.
epic.
I can dig that.
Which soundtrack?
The Transformers from the first film.
The first Michael Bay film?
Yep.
That was good.
That's Caleb in the background, everybody. I'm not sure if you could actually hear him, but Caleb.
Hello? Hello.
All right.
So what's everybody got planned for this weekend? There's lots of stuff going on.
Oh, there is.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? You know what I'm doing. I'm going to be at CecilCon.
That's right.
I will. With a bunch of the stuff that we've painted and with, I said we have those raffle tickets.
Yeah. Attendees will be able to win some games that we're going to take out there and that you're going to be taking out there. I won't be there.
I'll be all by my
Got
lonesome.
hemmed up for some other activities I need to do this weekend.
I'll be all by my lonesome, but I will
Yeah.
be making friends
Yeah.
because that's what I do.
Whether they want to be your friend or not.
We're friends now. Are you saying I'm not charismatic?
No, you are charismatic. Like, Byron said you were very handsome. Mike says, I went a little overboard on the Wrath of Kings sale mini market is having. I don't even play it, so expect my Starks and Lannisters have a whole new look. Yes. I can totally get behind that. That's super cool. All right. You know, nobody's guessed at all yet as to what our astrological
'Cause
signs
we
are.
are an enigma.
James says Aliens is his go-to movie to paint by.
That's cool.
Robert says, I always used to watch Bob Ross while painting. That had to have been chill.
Much like us.
Josh says, that's a rough-looking brush you have there, Gretchen. Do you beat the devil out of it? Bob Ross would have beaten the devil out of it.
It was already rough when I picked it out because I wanted to do tiny dry brushing. And I didn't want to have a large brush for that. So I looked for the tiny rough one. At home, I keep my brushes even past their death date.
Mm-hmm.
I necromance my brushes. Because sometimes you like to get different stippling effects, you just need a beat up brush.
And I don't really do a lot of brush care, which is
No, you
the
don't.
worst. So, yeah. I think every brush here needs to be either
Little bit of
replaced
shampooing.
or, yeah, or hit with some of that brush soap and then given some good love, because they do look a little rough. But it's my life and I do what I want. Clive says he's doing Dungeons and Dragons this weekend and Walking Dead board game plus a bit of painting. When you say Walking Dead, is it the All Out War by Mantic? That's a fun game. Minnie says he backed Moonstone as well. Nice. James says this weekend is checking out a wrestling mini camp and maybe a board game convention. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I wrestle.
Chris Gorka, I love the look of everything in that game. It's too bad Kaman killed Wrath of Kings in Dark Age. Agreed. I'm using all my old Wrath of Kings for another game system. Nice. Very cool. All right. What was this one? Yes, green tone. That's what I wanted. It's almost like it was calling to me.
Got that focus going. Trying to paint eyes. But I didn't get anything, I didn't choose blue yet. And blue is like my color that I end up getting everywhere. So
Okay.
I feel like as long as I stay away from Smurf blue,
But
then
Smurf blue is the best blue.
maybe. As long as I stay away from it, though, I will be able to,
Why do you hate Smurfs?
like this little albino mouse.
Why do you hate Smurfs, Gretchen?
I don't hate Smurfs. I just have a really hard time keeping blue contained.
You're Gretchamel. Yeah, the Lady Gargamel. That's who you've become. But it's worth it. I mean, Smurfs deserve it. All right. Yes. She's focusing on those eyes.
I'm trying to be dainty fingers.
Dainty fingers.
Dainty fingers. Fairy fingers. I've been practicing trying to make eyes that look nice.
James wants to know if are you the title belt holder, Gretchen?
Am I the titled belt holder? No. So I did place in one of the largest competitions for the type of wrestling I do, which is called ringen. I did place a fair bit back third, and that was for one of the largest competitions in the Western Hemisphere. So that was awesome.
Western Hemisphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that means in regards to like population-wise of participants, but sounds amazing. When you use that vastness in
It
the
sounds
Western
really cool.
Hemisphere.
And then you're like, oh, I'm in the featherweight class where there's not a lot of people. But regardless, I did place third, so I medaled. But I took a break for a little while with tournaments, and this new season, I'm gonna be getting back in with tournaments with both sword fighting and wrestling, so that'll be fun. We don't have belt holders or titles, but they do rank you if you're part of the league. So
But you are the featherweight champion of the Western Hemisphere.
I placed third.
I'm just saying, featherweight champion of
That's
the Western Hemisphere.
Not correct, but okay.
That's the goal.
At one point in time, though, I was ranked with female fighters in the top 100 for a brief period. I was like, oh.
For ringing?
Not for ringen, for sword fighting.
For sword fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's fun. Not anymore, obviously, but for one shining moment before they recalculated everything. I was like, haha, I can say that I am top 100, yeah.
But you only get to hear about that at the end of the year on America's Top 40, when they actually go to the top 100.
Yeah, well.
No?
Yeah.
Of the Western Hemisphere.
Well, none of the HEMA rankings are in the world, I believe. In the world?
I don't know. I don't know your wizardry.
I don't know either. I don't keep track. That's how much I care about how well I'm doing.
Wow. Don't listen to that if you're in that society. She's like, I don't care, whatever. It's just stuff.
I do it because I like doing it. I
Okay.
like fighting. I like the friends that I've made. I like learning the things. I like.
She's a fighter.
I keep track of my accomplishments, and when they become relevant, then huzzah! But it's more about the fun. It's a.
Don't come at me with games and stuff and say it's for the fun. It's not.
It's because I like beating people.
Right. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
I like to hear their breaths get all raspy as I choke them out.
that's not a legal move, but okay.
Oh, dang it. Do you come out with a luchador mask?
No.
Could you?
No.
This is ridiculous.
I did at one point in time. There's an ongoing joke. I mentioned once that I really wanted to fight with body glitter on, because then you would know every person that I had fought.
Ah.
It would just rub off. And I
So
was.
you guys use body glitter?
No, but I wanted to. And I was told by one of the guys who runs everything, I was jokingly, I mentioned, oh yeah, I'm going to fight with body glitter. And he goes, well, it's not against the rules yet. And you know what I heard?
Yet.
One shot to make that count. Of course, I would not want to destroy wrestling mats like that. So I have not.
Well,
But
someone's got to clean them anyways, so.
that's how you would know they were truly clean. If you could get all the glitter off after someone rolled around on wrestling mats with
we all
glitter,
know.
do you think there would be scabies? No.
Well, first off, we all know that that's never the case. Glitter, you can never get rid of it once it's there. Oh, dang. LMA clamp it? Wow, Max, I just picked up some of that. Button 50 millimeter, that's a pile of lead. Luckily, most of my stuff is plastic. All hail the mighty Perry brothers. Chris says, I call dibs on Gretchen being on my zombie survival team. But how will Gretchen or Rick do in the Tri-Wizard tournament? That's what's important. That is important. What
That is important. I think I do very well. I'm a Hufflepuff. And, and
Gross.
I'm Hufflepuff tough.
Is that even a thing?
It is now.
Hufflepuff tough.
Hufflepuff tough.
Man, dang it.
Yeah.
I am Gryffindor. Though truly, I wanted to be, when I took the test, I wanted to be Ravenclaw.
I always end up on the cusp of Gryffindor and Hufflepuff. However, I know how I ended up Hufflepuff on like the final test.
Because you told the sorting hat that's what you really wanted.
Well, one of the questions was, if there's like a troll blocking you in your friend's path, do you fight it for glory or do you lead your friends to safety? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna choose my buddies. Like,
Ugh.
I'm not gonna just like fight a troll to fight a troll.
Weak.
True strength is the friends we made along the way.
Is that a Hufflepuff thing?
I don't know. Also, our house is by the kitchens, so
That's true. I think we should look at some people's miniatures. What do you think?
I think
Yes,
we should.
Yeah, let's do that.
I agree.
So here, everybody, are some miniatures that you all and others have painted and put in the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group. So I'm going to need your eyes. Brian King. What is that, a young fire dragon? Is it young or tongue? What is that,
Tomb?
Caleb? Caleb, should it be young?
I feel like it should be young.
I bet, oh, it's up for auction.
Ooh, so that could be somebody's brand new mini.
Yeah.
That could take part in so many adventures.
Yeah. I don't know where it's up for auction, but that's cool. What else we got? Good job, Brian. Chris Gorka from Wander, Cult of Barnacle Bay Minis.
Ooh.
So, yeah, these are cool. I like the otter with, like, the crab hand.
The claw.
Nah.
Knock, knock,
I'm-
knock, knock. Knock, knock. That's the sound that makes. I don't know if you've been around otters with claws. But that's
Nope.
definitely
That's the sound? I think that's wrong.
on point.
Chris is such an amazing artist. He does such great work, and his detail is,
I love the expressions.
yeah, he's good. So,
Expressions are so hard with such tiny
yeah.
things.
Good job, Chris. Here's Dave, who could only jump in for a minute, with his Spike Claws Swarm Warband.
Ooh, that's a cool glowy effect.
Yeah, on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glowy effects are always so difficult. I've tried them like 3 times, and I don't feel like I've ever gotten them looking the way I want them.
Glowy effects.
Glowy effects. They're
Source
like,
point lighting?
Yeah. Glowy effects.
Glowy effects. All right. Good job, Dave. You're the best. Joshua Davis from that Pity
That's
Mini Studios.
terrifying.
Mini Painting Studios.
That is scary.
So, Josh, I don't see if it is, but this looks like Kingdom Death. If it is, say so in the chat. But your work is phenomenal, man.
the
So
painting
good.
is so smooth.
Yeah.
It looks like something out of like a stop motion.
Oh yeah, like something you see like Leica do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like was it Kobu or
Yeah, a Kubo.
Kubo and the two strings.
Coraline. They
Coraline.
made that
Box
Paranorman.
Trolls.
Yep.
Yeah.
That company.
Yeah, good stuff. I don't know why he's not working for them.
Yeah, do that.
Michael Bull with some dungeon debris.
Very nice.
I like it.
You always need all the little bits and baubles to make everything just come to life.
I agree. These really are important for if you play with miniatures in your campaigns. These are super good for giving you that immersion effect. Not just you're in a 10 by 10 or a 20 by 30 room and you see these things, but they're not there. But when they're there, it really helps. Good job, Michael. Teddy
Ooh.
with the Beholder. Nice. Good job.
I like the green on that.
Yeah.
It gives me a very like Feed Me Seymour vibe with the green, like Little Shop of Horrors kind of.
I did one green, but when I was all said and done, it looked like an avocado. And this doesn't look like an avocado. This looks really good. So good job, Teddy. My son also said it looked like an avocado, the one I did. So
Aw.
maybe
Well, that would be a fun like your characters are in a market and one goes for an avocado
And
it's
it's a
like,
beholder.
It's like a mini beholder.
Yes, and his name is Kato.
That would be hilarious.
Nice.
I like that.
Good job, Teddy. Is this Louis Anthony Cintron with a frost giant? This is from Wizards or WizKids.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah,
It's a whip.
It's a whip. I dig your whip, yo. That's a great looking miniature.
The paint is already so smooth.
Yeah, and the sculpt is so good, and the bone effect you got going on that dragon skull helmet is really cool.
I want to see it when it's done.
Me too.
In the wish. Funny you say that.
Complete?
Haha!
Dun dun dun. Nice. Yeah.
Perfect.
Good job. That looks really good. I would fight that.
You would fight that?
Yeah, I'd fight a frost giant.
Just to,
Me personally,
you
not
personally,
a
you just,
character.
"Rawr."
As a person, I
I'd-
would fight a frost giant.
Befriend a frost giant.
Never. They're super cool, but they're super evil. So death.
Oh.
Good job, Lewis. Sean Horrocks. I'm not sure what this miniature is from, but it looks really cool.
All the skulls at the bottom there.
Yeah.
I like its pose. I like how it's
It's
in
pretty
the
dynamic.
mist. Yeah, it's like dynamic. It's in the middle of action.
Yeah, I dig it. Good job, Sean. Brittany with the Griffin. I want to say this is also the WizKids Griffin. That looks really good. I like the tan and then the darker.
It's like a crow,
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
With like that lion body as a griffin
Mm-hmm.
kind of has with yeah, really good.
I feel like if that was in a dungeon, you wouldn't see it at first because of that dark,
Yeah.
and then it just the wings go back and you see that lion just bam.
Yeah, that'd be cool and frightening. And now thank you for that in my head. But, good job, Brittany.
And I've never been a GM before,
Not yet.
not yet.
It looks good. Teddy Zertler with another griffin. This I think is the same
so
one.
much fun.
It is the same one.
Yeah.
Just different colors.
Yeah, good job, Teddy. I like his colors as well. And those front claws, yeah, I
Yeah.
just would not want to. Yeah, no.
You're not about that. Not
Yeah,
about that?
they're all about raking you to death, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. Very cool. Good job, Teddy.
And we got one more of the same griffin.
All right. This is
Oh, it's a
Draco's
bald
tabletop
eagle
painting.
version.
Is it really? I can't see the
Yeah.
other. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That gold,
The fade.
fade out is really good.
Yeah.
Good job. Draco's tabletop painting. Draco's wife. Draco's wife did this. Oh, okay. Very cool. She did a great job. The basing on that looks really good too. Dang.
I love how just you see those 3 different ones and they're all really good in their own way. Just
And nothing makes a miniature like something like this pop like basing. The different episodes we've done around basing, I've really like thought like, man, this really brings life to that miniature. A good paint job does too, obviously.
Yeah.
But as soon like this one that Jeff did of this mouse here, I'm gonna put it on the close up. Good job, by the way, Dracos' wife. You did amazing work. Everybody did great, and for everybody in the chat and watching, if you have not gone to Facebook and joined our Painting Happy Little Minis group, you should do so. It's a really fun group. And bring your talent, bring your skill and knowledge and share it with everybody. And if you need or have questions about different techniques, there's somebody in that group that will help you. It's a really great community that's been coming together. So yeah. Oh, Mike over here in the chat said, glitter is the herpes of the crafting world. Once you have it, you can never get rid of it. Yes, very cool. So on the spinner here, I was kind of referencing it. We've got the mouse that Jeff Hall painted on Tuesday from Mice and Mystics, and he did an amazing job. But a good basing on there too
To make it pop.
would only make it pop and elevate it even more. And that's one of the things I'm just like, I'm going to be taking a picture soon of my house, and I hate to sound dreadful about that, but you've been to my house.
I've been to your house, yeah.
So I've taken, and I've been cleaning it up and everything and getting stuff organized, but I've been taking all the miniatures that I have, that I find in different boxes as I'm sorting through stuff. I've been putting it on my dining table. My dining table is clean, except for miniatures. It is, I'm going to take a picture once that's all said and
Yeah.
done, and it's going to be disgusting.
Well-
People are going to be like, it's so gross how many, like this table in front of us would be filled with miniatures.
Well, I told you what I want to do once we move and we are able to move everything over and get a little gaming space.
Mhm.
I told you what I want to do with our old dining room table once we get a new one.
Nope.
I want to turn that into a gaming table. Like D&D's, like I want to terrain
You
it.
never really talk to me, Gretchen. You don't tell me these things.
I want to terrain. I want to make it a terrain. I want to make like little, like sections, dungeon sections. I want pieces that pop up. I want to go to town.
Okay.
I got big plans for that old table. Big
All right.
plans.
I can dig it.
It's gonna be fun.
Does Travis know this?
No,
So I heard. So what you're saying is I heard it before Travis?
you did.
Nice.
But I think like it's an old table that's kind of fallen apart a little bit. So I don't think he'll particularly mind if I have some fun with it,
Right.
since he also enjoys gaming.
That makes sense. But yeah, I feel really honored that you would tell me first, though, and everybody else out there, of course, listening, also got that information first.
And I just want to make a really cool, like, diorama table. I think it would be fun. I'll take progress pictures.
So Craig Starnes is, my wife painted it, and I added the stuff on the base. We run Draco's tabletop painting. Nice, Craig.
That's cool.
Very cool. And then Mike over on YouTube referenced Slender Man.
Oh, Slender Man's scary.
Yeah, and I was like, if you say Slender Man like 3 times in chat, doesn't that like summon him and kill the people that are reading the chat? So
No,
I think Mike's out to get us.
but okay.
That's not how that works?
That's not how that works.
See, I don't know these things.
I remember when that first became a thing.
What, Slender Man?
Yeah, because it was all because of a YouTube channel that had a, it's called Marble Hornets, and they were a YouTube channel that were like low budget, doing their own horror series on
Okay.
YouTube, and it was filmed as if it was happening in real life, kind of the Blair Witch-esque kind
Yeah,
of
there's
thing.
another one like that where like all the power on the planet has gone out and people are like freaking out. There's another YouTube channel like that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
Like it's very immersive, which is I
Okay.
think why it had such a
Big following?
a big following. It was done really well though for being like a low budget, and you had to like you were given clues as you watched along, trying to figure out what happened, because it was filmed as if this guy had found all of his buddies
Murder?
like filmed things. Like, because his buddy had disappeared because of Slender Man, and he was trying to piece together the clues over YouTube. It was cool.
Okay, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Mike says, he was the skinny Kingdom Death model you showed. Oh, okay. That was the Slender Man Kingdom
Oh, that
Death
was
version.
that was a
Okay.
Slender Man. All right, cool.
Nice. But I also think Mike's out for us. All right, there we go. See what else we got going on in the chat over here. Skulls for the Skull King, yes. Josh put a work in progress on the Facebook page. Slenderman is not that scary. Nah, I don't think so either, Kelly. If I saw Slenderman, Josh says, I would offer him a sandwich. He doesn't have a house. He must be very hungry. I would agree. And I would also put that out there to everybody watching that if you ever see me,
Offer you a
offer
sandwich?
me a sandwich. Because I might be very hungry. I do have a house, but my refrigerator is empty. Yeah. I think that's what it was, Walter, was the guy made of sticks was the Kingdom Death version of Slender Man.
Oh.
We've only got a few more minutes left.
Oh no.
See see where we can get with these minis. So try to finish them off. Where was it? There it is. I need this real quick. And then, come on.
You can do it.
No,
You can do it.
No, I'm not going to risk it exploding. Not this time, Gadget.
Cocoa Gadget paint.
Right? Very cool. And give this mace a bit of silver for the mace head here. Super cool. And then I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend this weekend. Even Gretchen.
Even me.
Yeah, even you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can't be kind all the time. People might start asking questions like, what's up with Rick? Is he dying? And we don't want them thinking that.
Of course.
Right. Yeah.
Oh. My hands are always so shaky. I have a little like holder that I got that I keep that I keep forgetting to bring in. It's in my car, waiting for me to bring it
Literally
in.
80 feet away
Yep.
or something like that.
Something ridiculously like
Close.
convenient.
And she comes in and about 45 minutes before we go on live, so she could have walked out 100 times.
Yep.
Yeah. I see what it is. I'm too distracting.
You are.
So, again, nobody. Ross says, no, I missed everything. Now I have to watch the upload. Wait, Slender Man is here? I'm out of here. Later. Who's going to, all right, Byron, I'm guessing you're going to watch Hellboy tonight. Because I don't think I'm going to watch it until
Till what?
a couple weeks.
Why?
Because I'm going to be gone. I won't be here next week. So that's the sad news, and I apologize, everyone. But Dave will be back, and I think on Tuesday he'll be here with Jeff Jenkins, also known as Rogue Shader. And then you will be with Dave on Thursday next week. And you guys will be painting some Whiz Kids minis, but there might be some special stuff jumping in as well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. You like to keep it fresh.
I do like to keep it fresh.
You are funky fresh.
I am funky fresh, but the week after when I get back, the surprise for next week that is going to be announced or shown off is going to be full-fledged what we're going to be painting the 23rd and the 25th. Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, but you don't know because I'm not telling.
See, I never know.
Mm-hmm. Until you walk in that door.
Yep.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Hey,
That's the
Rick.
plan.
Hey, Dave. What are we painting today?
Who are you and why are you here?
Isn't that the story of how I got hired?
Sort of. She walked in and was like, hi, I'm Gretchen. Or like, paint miniatures with me. And she's like, okay.
I believe, no, it went, are you nerdy? And I went, hold on, I have D&D dice in my purse.
That's right. That is actually true. And I was like, oh, where have you been? Why haven't you been here doing all this stuff with us before? And she was like,
traveling the world, sword fighting.
Yeah. Because there could only be one.
I was doing my best.
Living your best life?
I was attempting to, at Target.
Yes. And you were a kickboxer instructor at that time, too.
I was a kickboxing instructor at that time, and then I left because it got wild.
As it does.
That's the tactful way to explain that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting sloppy with the red, oh no.
What's that?
I said I'm getting sloppy with the red. Oh no.
No.
It's fixable. It's fixable.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just
Ruined.
my fairy fingers are shaking. They're they're not fairy fingers anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, it's base coat, so I can put some cream over that and very easily
Okay.
fix that up.
So if anybody's at the Greater Philly Comic Con this weekend, we have some friends that are going to be there, Source Point Press and others. So go say hi to everybody if you're there. And then you will be at CecilCon?
Cecil County.
Cecil County.
Show up, say hi to me.
Yep, if you're in that area.
I mean, you can travel.
Yeah. And I think our next big show that some of us will be at will be Origins in June. So that'll be good. Good and fun. Good and fun.
Virgins sounds like a blast.
Craig says he's more interested in Godzilla King of Monsters than either Hellboy or Endgame. That's fair. Did anyone see that Rotten Tomatoes gave 9% to Hellboy? I did not, and I don't. I'll make my own judgments. I like the actor who's playing Hellboy, so Scott says the time to paint is now. Craig turns at James. I don't care about that stuff. Some of the stuff that get bad reviews, yeah, okay. That's fair. Byron, same paint time, same paint channel. See you Tuesday. Absolutely, Byron. Have a wonderful day, everybody. That's watching.
Yay.
Wandering the lands, defending her Northern Hemisphere title. Yes. Western and Northern Hemisphere, right? Northern and Western Hemisphere?
It's just like the U.S. Like
The entire continent?
well,
North America?
all of you are
she's
stubborn.
gonna kill me. She is gonna kill me.
You know, there's so many nerdy HEMA people that came up to me and were like, "You're doing this thing," like other swordsmen at the last tournament we were at, and I was like, "Yeah, you need to watch it," and now I regret all of that.
Why? Why do you regret that? Because it's been great. You think?
I think it's been wonderful.
Perfect. Even working here with me. Yay. She's like, I regret everything.
Regret everything ever.
Let's see if I can get this base real quick before I put them up on the spinner.
Honestly, I'm making a bloody mess, but that's all right because we work with acrylics, and you know what the great thing about anything acrylic is?
It microwaves?
It dries really quickly.
Dang it, I knew that.
So you can fix all of your mistakes.
But I also thought you could microwave it. I might be hungry.
You might be a little hungry. Like the big mistake I just did on her tail. Right back there. But that's all right.
All right.
It is.
Cool. There's one. We'll put that one up there. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Mm-hmm.
Pew 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 pew.
And this other one. Ooh, I might be able to get this one done real quick too. What?
What? Nah.
Maybe?
Crazy.
Who knew, right? And Dave will be back next week, so that'll be good. There'll be some stability back on the program. The Australian stability.
Are you sure?
No. One can always have hope, though. And congratulations on his book with Mel Bowes, The Terrain Tutor. They got their book. It's Mel's book, really, but Dave's obviously helping out excessively. And excessively, is that the right word? That's not the right word because it's just been a really good opportunity for both of them. But they have funded, they have reached all sorts of stretch goals. And if you haven't backed it yet, go over to Kickstarter and check out Terrain Essentials and give it a back and give it a share.
Okay.
And I'll put this one up there. And I'll put the spider
That's
up there.
touched up.
And then all we need is for Gretchen maybe to put some miniatures up there too, and
Hold on.
we get to
I'm
see them
almost-
because it's 3 o'clock, Gretchen. People
Okay,
are already
done,
leaving.
done.
Jesus!
I touched up.
Oh
I
my
touched
God!
up. Okay.
Yeah,
I just got paint on.
There you go. It looks great. It looks great.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Yeah, she needs her clothing a color, but
It looks good.
her face is cute, and that's all that
I
matters.
agree.
I got that body painted.
You did, and they look great.
Oh.
They're ready to go to war against the evils of Venestra.
That spider.
Yes, the spider will get you.
No,
Yes.
not about that.
No?
I don't like spiders. Spiders are terrifying.
All right, everybody. Have a whoops, someone had an off topic. Shout out Mongolian metal. Nice.
Sweet.
Very cool. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for joining us here at Painting Happy Little Minis at Game Trade Studio, Game Trade Media, at the Comic Wow Studios in Maryland. I'm Rick,
And I'm Gretchen.
and we'll see you at the game store.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.